The Chief Justice of the Texas State Student Government is no longer at risk of being impeached. Monty Ashkar has more in this Bobcat Update.
Earlier this month, Senator Shanna Schultz brought up articles of impeachment against Chief Justice Mike Guzman on the basis he allegedly violated ASG's code of conduct for discriminating against certain ethnic groups in a series of columns he wrote for the University Star. Schultz says a student complained to her about Guzman's columns.
Originally, it was sourced from a constituent of mine in one of my classes. He had the articles that were written, and he came up to me and goes, "Is this guy an ASG?" And I answered yes. And he said, "So what, does ASG just allow discrimination?"
In response to the charges, ASG formed a committee to decide whether Guzman should be impeached. Earlier this week, the committee decided no, he was not in violation.
We put equal weight on what the Constitution said and on what each member of that committee thought sincerely from the allegations and from the evidence in front of them, whether he was guilty.
Senate Pro Tem Sarah Wood says Guzman has been cleared of the charges because of ambiguous language in the ASG Constitution. Guzman says he's the one who's been discriminated against.
I'm a conservative columnist, and I think if I was a liberal columnist writing on liberal issues, I think they wouldn't have had a problem with anything that I have written.
Media law professor Gilbert Martinez says that even if the ASG had succeeded in impeaching Guzman, he probably could have won a lawsuit on First Amendment grounds. The First Amendment, of course, protects freedom of speech. Martinez says his newspaper articles would not have been sufficient grounds for impeachment.
Now, I think there's a difference between discriminatory conduct, which you can punish, and discriminatory speech, which would certainly be protected by the First Amendment. You know, you can't force someone to have an opinion that they don't have.
Martinez says that the courts usually rule in favor of more speech, not less. In 1968, the U.S. Supreme Court ruled in Brandenburg versus Ohio that unless the speech results in imminent lawless action, then it is protected by the First Amendment of the Constitution. That law remains in effect today. For Bobcat Update, I'm Monty Ashkar.
San Marcos police are cracking down on minors attempting to purchase alcohol at local bars. A recent sting called Operation Fakeout resulted in charges being brought against 6 minors. Plainclothes officers posed as employees or patrons of several downtown area bars in order to observe any activity of minors. Police issued several citations, including 1 case of furnishing alcohol to a minor, 2 cases of minors in possession of alcohol, and 3 cases of misrepresentation of age by minors. All of the charges are considered misdemeanors.
The San Marcos Fire Department is doing its part to raise money to fight breast cancer. In this Bobcat Update, Mandy Garcia tells us about the Pink Heels charity event.
Firefighters, police officers, and local volunteers brought the Pink Heels Tour to San Marcos Embassy Suites on Saturday, promoting love and support during Breast Cancer Awareness Month. The nationwide tour travels with pink fire trucks for 57 days, making stops in about 100 cities. Founder Dave Graybill started the nonprofit organization to raise funds for research and treatment for all life-threatening diseases.
All we're doing is inspiring community to celebrate those organizations and give the money to them. We don't take any money. We do this for free.
The event was filled with live music and raffles. Cancer survivors shared stories and signed the pink trucks. Family and friends honored their loved ones who have been affected by disease. Tour General Manager Michelle Carswell enjoys promoting local charities with Pink Heels.
And so it really allows us the opportunity to get firsthand involved in our community, you know, directly and indirectly. And we do have the solace of knowing that we make a very firm impact.
This was the 2nd time the tour has stopped in San Marcos. Carswell says she hopes the event will be even bigger next year. The Pink Heels Tour has been traveling for 57 days and have already raised over $200,000 for the cause. For Bobcat Update, I'm Mandy Garcia.
The Alcohol and Drug Resource Center no longer exists. Chase Berthesel has more in this Bobcat Update.
The services offered by the Alcohol and Drug Resource Center have been split up and distributed amongst 3 departments: the Student Health Center, the Dean of Students, and the Counseling Center.
The Alcohol, Drug, and Compliance Services has moved all of its preventive programs, such as Alcohol 101, to the Student Health Center.
Julie Eckerd, once in charge of those services, is now the Assistant Director for Health Promotion Services.
Change is hard, but usually change is good, and it's inevitable. So the change, sometimes reorganization and change is necessary, and usually it usually turns into something more effective.
Eckerd says the change did not result in any cuts to the staff. Ishmael Maya is in charge of the Alcohol and Drug Compliance Services, a new program that provides classes and community service opportunities to students.
We are in the very, very early stages, so not only did we have a restructuring, but we had staff changes because of retirement.
Students looking for counseling in the Alcohol and Drug Resource Center are now being sent to the Counseling Center. For Bobcat Update, I'm Chase Berthasell.
Texas State will host its first Brawl Night and Fashion Show next week. This quirky-sounding event is designed to bring awareness to breast cancer prevention. Tommy LaVere tells us more in this Bobcat Update.
You've probably seen a lot of pink on campus lately. Whether it's a ribbon or a t-shirt, pink is a color used as a symbol for breast cancer prevention. October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Student organizations are doing their part to bring attention to this ongoing health issue. Brawl Night will be hosted by Fashion Nation.
On October 13th, 2010, that's a Wednesday, CAMCO, which is Cancer Advocacy Movement for Colleges and Outreach, and Fashion Nation, along with BCRC, will be hosting the first annual Texas State Brawl Night and Fashion Show. It's going to have, like I said, a cancer theme, and we also have local retailers that are going to be a part of the event as well.
Other organizations are helping as well. Event sponsor, The Match, is hosting a bone marrow drive at the Alcac Teaching Theater. The Breast Cancer Research Organization in Austin recently opened a branch in San Marcos.
BCRC, which is Breast Cancer Resource Center in Austin, and basically they've done this show annually. It's called the Art Bra Fashion Show, I believe, and it's the same concept. They have actually, it's a little different though. They actually auction off their bras after they have already been designed, but they're designed by locals, and like I said, it's basically the same thing, but we're just bringing it to Texas State, and this is the first time Texas State will have an event like that, but it definitely won't be the last.
More than 350 people are expected to attend. With that kind of impact, they expect the fashion show to be an annual event for years to come. For Bobcat Update, Tommy LaVere.
All dorms on campus now have elevator security cameras. The installation of cameras began last summer as a part of a campus-wide surveillance system. According to the University Star, the Department of Housing and Residential Life initiated the effort to improve security in the residence halls. Dorms without elevators are receiving new cameras at the front entrances. So far, students have responded positively to the new security additions, and vandalism has decreased overall.
Texas State Senior has created his own weekly TV show in San Marcos. Political science major Griffin Spell airs the show, We the People with Rob Rourke, on the internet. They record the show at the Media Design Studio in downtown San Marcos every Thursday night. The show includes news and invites call-ins. This week will mark their 11th program, which can be seen at smtvx.tv. Their purpose is to give people a voice in local issues.